Pokemon just held a direct for their 25th anniversary, and right off the bat, I have to say, I am overall pleased with the results, but, and there's always a but, I am very, very, very skeptical, and I'll explain why. So, the first game they showed off after a very lengthy tug at the heartstrings, the nostalgic heartstrings, was Pokemon Snap. And you know, there really isn't much to say. The game looks phenomenal, really. It's absolutely gorgeous environments, plenty of unique Pokemon to take pictures of, and it even looks like you can get 1 to 4 star ratings on each Pokemon individually, and that combined with the possibility of night levels maybe being a thing, even if they aren't, that's just some extra beef added onto this game. It's gonna have plenty of things to do, plenty of content, which is great to see. Hopefully you won't be able to beat it in like 4 hours like the first game, so that's always a good look. Not only that, but hey, Game Freak teaching kids the wonders of clout chasing. Get those views, edit those photos, get those thumbnails at the ready, get those clicks, baby. You'll love to see it. It's just very safe. Out of the 3 games, I feel like this is the one that everybody knows is going to be good. This is the safe bet. If my wallet's going to be emptied on anything, I would feel fine if it was this, because I know I'm getting my money's worth. But that wasn't all they showed off. No. They decided to give us Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. And oh my goodness gracious, guys. People have some opinions on these remakes, remasters, whatever you want to call them, but you get the idea. So first impressions on my end. Thank you guys for these games. This generation means everything to me. Countless times I've played it, countless times I've listened to the music. This is my favorite generation. I will never forget being a little 6-year-old kid and all of my friends telling me not to pick the fire type starter because he was apparently the worst, but I picked him out of spite and I beat the game with him anyway, and I felt like a goddamn hero. I will never forget that Infernape. That Infernape, I still have that game. That DS with that Infernape on it, I still have it. So many memories of Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. Can't be happier to see them on the Switch, and I wish these games the best future they could possibly have. But anyway, the new ones. Let's talk about the new ones. They look okay. They're not looking amazing, but they're not looking disgusting either. I actually don't mind the art style. It's really a few other things I'm worried about, and the art style is kind of in the back. Now, granted, I do think it needs some polishing. I think the character models need some polishing here and there. But besides that, I'm pretty okay with the art style. You know, just maybe smooth up the edges and I'll be fine. But anyway, 2 things I'm worried about. First is the difficulty. I know that you know, that he knows, that she knows that Pokemon has been going really damn soft recently. And for anyone who has not had the absolute pleasure of playing Sinnoh, let me tell you, those games did not pull punches. Fun fact. All of Cynthia's Pokemon have perfect IVs. Literally 31 out of 31 in every stat. That is crazy. They have not done that since, and she was the first time they ever did that. That level of, like, dedication for difficulty was so... I love it. I was crushed over a decade ago, and I want this woman's Garchomp to crush me again. They want to talk about a faithful remake? Then you better make these games hard. Just do it. Just do it. Come on. Please. Please do it. It'd be so much fun if it was. The next point I want to make is how faithful are these games? How dedicated are you to the original? Because now, this is where we have to have the discussion of remake or remaster. Because, for instance, in the Gen 3 remakes, you got a bunch of stuff. You got a Delta episode, you got a bunch of Mega Evolutions. Now, so far, granted, it's one trailer. But what does Gen 4 have so far? You know, what's going to make these people go, oh, look, that's different from the old games? Because I guarantee you, this sounds extremely ignorant, but some people are going to go, well, why don't I just play Platinum? Why don't I whip out the DS and play Platinum? Why don't I take my cell phone, download a DS emulator, and play Platinum? Why don't I just do that? What's going to make the people, you know, jump over this besides it being on the Switch? You know, I feel like it needs that selling point. What's that going to be? And I'm going to be honest, like, I mean, I prefer Megas, but they're safe, probably their safest bet is for Dynamax and Gigantamax. Are they going to add it? Are the starters going to get Gigantamax? I mean, I'm going to be honest, if they don't, that kind of sucks. Because that's just kind of unfair to the Infernape and Polion and Torterra fans, you know? Even other Pokemon like Luxray and Staraptor. You know, Pokemon that could very well use some cool Gigantamax forms or Mega Evolutions, and they're just not going to do it because they want to be faithful to the original. That's a thing that I'm worried about. I really don't want them to be copy-paste. I want them to have a little oomph in them. I want a little effort there. But personally, I still think I can stand by this game, hold my ground firmly on its side, because I absolutely want to see more before I make my final opinion. But so far, it looks alright, needs polishing, you know, sounds good. I don't see how you screw up the Sinnoh soundtrack. That it slaps, as the cool kids say. And no matter how you remake it, you're remaking a good game. It's pretty hard to screw up a remake of an already good game. Also, Team Shining Pearl, the real brilliant people like Palkia. He is my son, and you are incorrect if you do not love him, at least a little bit. He's my boy, my sweet bouncing baby boy. Pokemon Legends Arceus. Wow. Just wow. The idea and concept of this game is something that everyone, child, teenager, adult, whatever the hell you are, has dreamt of for years now. For decades. Pokemon games have been pick the starter, fight the rival, get the badges, become the champion over a course of relatively linear challenges. But now, you have a wide landscape to explore and maneuver with tons of Pokemon to capture and battle with, hopefully. Like the Gen 4 remakes, I think it's safe to say some little touches would help this game look smoother. You know, Chingling kind of begging for frames right now, not gonna lie. The models, again, could use some polishing overall, you know, just smooth it up a bit. But besides that, there isn't a whole lot to judge, but rather speculate about. Movement in this game should be fun. You can dive, sneak, run, all the good stuff. My personal hope, however, is that we can climb trees and mountains like in Breath of the Wild, and maybe even swim, get really creative with the movement. I really want to explore this world with Pokemon in some very cool ways. Even ride Pokemon, I'd love to see it. The battles look awesome. It took 25 years, but Pokemon are now actively running up and visibly making contact with each other without these cuts and animations in between. Looks nice. Again, early on, could use some polishing, but it looks nice. Cool thing I noticed, they actually animated Cyndaquil's flames. He was just a little peanut for so long. They animated his flames. Look at him. That's my boy right there. And I love the old ancient Sinnoh of old kind of vibe going on, which this is a discussion in itself, but it makes me wonder if they're going to do this for other regions. If Legends is successful, are they going to do like Kanto again, but like really old, or Johto or Hoenn or whatever? It's very interesting. I'm very curious to see what they do with all this stuff. And look, this next one needs to be said, but Game Freak, I need you to listen. I know you're not listening, but I need you to just listen to me. Over the past decade, my expectations for Pokemon have sunk lower and lower and lower. I haven't been hit in the gut with a true, unique experience in a long time. Honestly, probably since Gen 5. I look at what is presumably just an early build, and after so many years, I have hope. I'm skeptical, but I have hope. I see a game that is jam-packed with atmospheric little touches. Imagine you look over a hill on the horizon, and there's the herd of Rapidash charge through. Or you take your Samurott to go surfing in the water, and the music subtly changes to fit the ocean. And the absolute joy that Pokemon has always given everyone is that wonder, that giddiness of walking into the tall grass and wondering what's going to appear. And now you have a game where that giddiness can be around every rock, every tree, every pile of dirt, everywhere that giddiness can be. So many big open world games are just big with nothing in them, but with hundreds of Pokemon, dozens of towns, and a large variety of nature by the looks of it, you can really stuff this game and make it a really fun journey. And I cannot wait to see how they handle encounters because that is where the good stuff is. That is the dessert. That is the candy. That is the best part. Do not mess that up. Okay, now you're walking through the desert, right? And then suddenly, a sandstorm kicks in. And the music deafens as the sand rushes around your screen and you don't know what you're doing. And you turn around, and then a giant Tyranitar is just charging at you. And in a flash, you just send out your Decidueye to fight it and battle it and catch it. Does that not sound magical? Like the most fun you ever had? Because that's what Pokemon could be if they do this right. That is what Pokemon Legends could be. Like, seriously, think about it. Like imagine what they could do with legendaries. Okay? Like, you're in the ocean. Imagine, if you will, you're in the ocean and you notice a whirlpool forming. Okay? You swim towards it on your Samurott or whatever you want to call it. And then you notice another whirlpool and another one and another one. You're following them. And then all of a sudden, Lugia pops out, and then the legendary themes goes da 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 da. You know what I'm talking about? Oh my god, it's so cool. Game Freak, you have a gold mine in front of you. Pokemon means so much more to us than leveling up some monsters. It's an adventure with a team that we create against the world. I have not felt that spark in years, and this might be the cure. Pokemon Legends Arceus might be that game. Please, Game Freak, let it be that game that revitalizes everything I love about this series. Please, this whole set from Pokemon Snap to Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl to Pokemon Legends Arceus might just be the games. Do not mess this up, Game Freak, or I will get the Garchomp.